What's up, guys? I'm BTC. I got a bunch of Overwatch news for you today, an update on the loot boxes, the Overwatch comic, and more. Real quick, Black Friday sale still going on until December 1st. You can get 20% off my merch using the code BLAME20. Lots of cool designs, lots of different options. You've got a premium hoodie for the I Need Healing. This is a t-shirt for places to visit. A little bit more of an old school streamer reference with the 100% cat blob. Some of my longtime viewers will remember that one. And of course the I Need Healing t-shirt. And there are other things like mugs, the pillow, and of course the face mask. So all of this stuff is available in my merch store. Promo code BLAME20, get yourself 20% off. Link down below. Moving on to the news, quick reminder, the Symmetra event is still going on. At the time of recording this, there's only 23 hours remaining, so if you want those things, go and get them now. Also, Blizzard quietly updated some information about the loot boxes. So if you go into here, by the way, people keep asking why I have a bunch of these old loot boxes. It's just in case I ever need a screenshot or a clip for a video. That's why I hang on to them. But the thing I wanted to show you is in the shop. So you can now click this little icon up top, and it will give you the exact drop rates of all of the items in the loot boxes. So we've got epics, which is 1 in 5.5, and legendaries, which is 1 in 13.5, and then you also have the exact percentages, 99, 94, 18.5, and 17.5. Also, some other things you might not know about loot boxes is that the items inside are determined when you get the loot box, not when you open it, which means that trying to save them for a new character or something is completely pointless because all the stuff is already determined the moment you get the loot box. Another thing is that you are guaranteed to get a legendary after a certain number of loot boxes. I can't remember if it's like 22, 23, 24, somewhere in that range. Pretty much, if you open 25 loot boxes, you are guaranteed to get at least one legendary. Another thing some people get confused about is the duplicate items. What you need to know is that the item quality gets determined first, and then it checks to see what you need. So if it gives you 3 commons and a legendary in a loot box, it's going to look through and see if you need any of the commons. But since you already have them all, of course you're going to get 3 duplicate commons. But when it comes to the legendary, it's going to look through and see what you don't have, and then it's going to give you one of the things that you don't have. You won't get duplicate legendaries until you already have all the legendaries. Also, over on the PTR, they've updated Busan. There are now 3 more characters that can sing karaoke. The first is Diva.
나는 스타야. 나는 대스타. 이 노래 제일 좋아. 대박. Someone has to save the world. It might as well be me. Woo! GG.
The second one is Winston.
Beat and clap your feet. Stay on the beat and clap your feet. If you want a gorilla, then clap your hands. The total energy of an isolated system is constant. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Oh yeah!
The third one is Sombra, which is a little more interesting. She doesn't actually sing, but she does have more interactions.
This song library is too small. No problem. I'll add some chiptunes.
She actually messes around with the screen.
I wonder what the landlord's password is. So simple. Let's change that for you.
It works even when the screen is broken.
The network security here is so soft and cute. It's like hacking a marshmallow. Let's order some pizza for the neighborhood and pay their rent. And all their debt.
Moving on, we also got a brand new Overwatch comic. This is part 3 of Tracer's story. This is retelling what happened during the Alive animation we got a couple years ago with the fight between Tracer and Widow. There's a little extra stuff here, but really anything of all that much interest. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, I just don't like it. I'm not trying to be negative here because I actually enjoyed the story that we had with Symmetra and Zenyatta. I thought that was neat. It expanded on both of the characters. We got to learn a little bit more about it. But the comic is just, I don't know, it's just not interesting to me. If you like it, by all means, go ahead and read it. For me, I just think it's a waste of time. And continuing that steady roll downhill, got some Overwatch news for you. The meta has changed again, and it appears that double barrier is back. Why, you might be asking? All the barriers have been nerfed into the ground. They've been turned into tissue paper, which is true. But you have to remember that recently, everything else has been nerfed into the ground as well. Lots of characters have lost damage, other characters have had their healing reduced, and as a result, barriers have become more effective simply because everything else has gotten worse. So, double barrier is back, specifically Sigma and Orisa, with Baptiste backing them up, because what can happen is even when the barriers get destroyed, Baptiste is there with the immortality field in order to buy those extra couple seconds. So you've got both the barriers, the fortify, the kinetic grasp, and the immortality field, which provides a tremendous amount of sustain to all of the characters on your team, plus Baptiste has AoE healing, which means that when your team is grouped up, like when they are with double barrier, the healing is even more effective. So the fact that it was slowed down doesn't really come all that much into effect because of it. So, double barrier, everybody's favorite. Hey, at least it's not goats, right? Which brings up a good point, because Blizzard changed the game once before with goats comp, so now you have the 2-2-2 roll queue system with it, and then they also tried the experiment with the 1 tank, 3 DPS, and 2 support, and this was for a couple of different reasons, but also to help the DPS queue times. We also have that new priority pass on the PTR, which may or may not work to help with those DPS queue times. But the thing is, about double barrier, just like with Goats Comp, was always going to be a problem as long as you could have whatever team combination you wanted, right? Like, it doesn't matter if they made all different kinds of nerfs. Goats Comp was, or the triple tank, triple support, was always going to be at least partially a thing whenever you had the ability to pick whatever characters you wanted. And with 2-2-2, you're in a situation where double barrier is now always going to be a potential problem. And remember, it's not just the characters that we have now, because they're going to be releasing more characters with Overwatch 2, and I can only imagine that at least some of those tanks are going to have barriers. And when they do, that's going to create all different kinds of new combinations with double barrier, and that's going to be frustrating. So, I know that I'm kind of alone in this one, but I actually like the 1-3-2, and I think it could work with a little bit better fine-tuning. Whether or not Blizzard's ever actually going to try that again, who knows? My guess is probably not, but it certainly would resolve the issue, that's for sure. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to be comment of the video, then leave yours, and while you're at it, ring the bell so you never miss a new video. Also, if you want to get some cool gear, join my Discord server, or follow me on social media, then check out the links down below. And remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault.